guys, welcome back to Paint Collectibles. Today we are looking at XM Studios Scarlet, which this is actually a really beautiful piece. The figure is sculpted perfectly. The flowing red cape, the hex powers in the hands, the true portraits, the extra Outtro body that's part of the base. This is just actually a really beautiful figure, or statue rather. And just look at the flowing cape of it, and you must be wondering, why am I moving this? Nothing much. I'm changing directions. As you guys know, I've been selling a lot of stuff lately, so just having to change directions in my collection. I think this is the best Scarlet Witch out in the market. Not because I'm trying to move it, but because look at the texture in the outfit. I'll give you guys a close-up, and just everything about this just screams quality. Now this is XM. It's got the art print. It's a very low ES, so you're really not gonna find her anymore. And I'm offering this for a really good price. And the other thing too is that she comes with two portraits. This one, which I consider that she looks a little like Britney, and there's another one that looks a lot more like Elizabeth Olsen. I actually have a third portrait, meaning you see this head here is an extra head. I actually ended up, there were a couple small breaks on this head which you can't quite see, but I ended up contacting XM and I purchased a brand new portrait. So you've got two brand new portraits of Scarlet Witch in the box. I just displayed the broken one because that way it's my spare and I never have to worry about it. Here you see the candy red in the texture of her suit, plus this beautiful hexagon looking pattern, and just look at the gradation and the shading in this piece. Overall, it really cannot be beat, guys. And here is the Scarlet Witch. There is some damage here on the top, but like I said, you have nothing to worry about because I got a completely brand new portrait in the box of this, which we will show in the reboxing video. You'll see that you have 3 heads total. So because of that though, there is going to be an additional shipping charge for that extra head, but it's worth it. I would keep it just because you then have a spare in case anything ever happens to this. Email me paintcollectibles@gmail.com and we will go from there. If you're interested, it's first come first serve. I will hold it for 24 hours. If you don't respond in 24 hours, I'm going to move on to the next person who is interested in buying it. Payment options are going to be Zelle. After you email me, I'll tell you what Zelle to email to. Or we can do a PayPal goods and services invoice. You will get an invoice from me and you just have to pay it, and there will be fees included. All right, so it's really simple. We either do goods and services on PayPal, you will get an invoice, you have to pay the fee, or if you want to omit the fee entirely, we're going to do the transaction on Zelle, and that's how it's going to go. And again, we're only going to sell this through the channel, so if you see something that you like, email me and I will get back to you, hopefully within a couple hours. And then after that, you've got 24 hours to decide if this is something that you want or not. And if you don't, after 24 hours, I will release it to the next buyer. How is shipping gonna work? That's a good question. Now we can do shipping one of two ways. I don't want you to think that I'm profiting over shipping, which I'm not. So if this is a piece that you want, get in contact with me, pinkcollectibles@gmail.com. You will get an address. You can then go ahead, shop around, go and get your own shipping label. That is one way of doing it. Now, if we do it that way, you are totally responsible for your own insurance, okay? So whether you insure it or not, it's up to you. You can choose however you want to do it, but that's on you. Now, the other option is I can quote you a shipping quote. I generally use FedEx with the insurance, so that's an option too. It's however you want to do it and what makes it easier. So with that said, I hope that answers the question about this piece. You'll see the beautiful reboxing video, and hopefully you will have your mind set at ease. Let's get to it. This is actually a very heavy piece. You wouldn't quite see it, but it's actually very heavy. The base is ridiculously heavy, and it's to kind of the weight of the cape. No book on this one, but here are the contents. Simple one layer, but still a really big box. And probably one of the most beautiful art prints, I think. I mean, Scarlet Witch's costume on this, the candy red, is probably one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen. I actually really love it. It's gorgeous. The reason why it's being moved and sold and going to a better home is because I have other things that I love more. So you gotta kind of pick. And that, and I'm completely out of space. We're actually going to start with the body because there are a few things I want to point out. Make sure you watch the XM video on how to put it together, or you can watch my video, which I'm going to link up on the upper right. Like I said, this has a nice long peg to key in because all the weight is like on this foot, but the engineering on this is very sound. I love this just because honestly, this paint job is just phenomenal. The gradations in the candy red and the pink in it. I mean, this is definitely the best Scarlet Witch out there. And look at, and XM does their honeycomb pattern on the armor. I cannot emphasize how gorgeous this is and how awesome this piece is. A couple of things you need to know. The magnets on these two are really, really strong. So once you pop them in, it's really hard to take off. So be careful. And the other thing you want to know is you want to pop this hand in before you key. This piece wraps around the shoulder and like that. So you want to pop the hand in before you slide this piece in. The way to do it is base first, then body, hands, then put these shoulder pieces, then the cape, which is super heavy, and then the head. Hex power hands, which I love this thing. It's just so well done. There's sponge and bubble wrap on the inside. So, and another hex hand. Okay, so I just taped up there and there. I've hit the video on pause and I forgot to hit the record button, but I just taped up those pieces, the hex hand, because I was really worried about them moving, so I bubble wrapped it and taped it up because I just don't want any issues in transit. Here we've got the cape. I love sculpted capes like the next guy, but this one is honestly very, very heavy. But it is manufactured perfectly, no issues. Love this thing, but really heavy. Just be really, really careful when you're moving this around, okay? Okay, cool. This was less of a hassle than I thought it would be. Which is awesome. Let's get these shoulder pieces in. Way so you can see quite a little better. Now let's talk about a portrait for Scarlet. Don't worry, this is the one that is damaged. There's a chip here, and there's this thing broke off from food on here. From far you can't see it, but again, don't worry, this is just a spare. So I have two brand new ones that have never been used. I've just used the damaged one because it's far enough that I'm not going to notice it, and it's always good to have spares. So in my trusty case over there, this is the other portrait with the jewel, the one that I think looks like Elizabeth Olsen, that I've never used because I love it too much to display it. And here we have a brand new replacement Scarlet Witch head sculpt with no issues, and here is the old one. And there you go. Obviously I will ship separately the broken one in the box. I mean, put the brand new one in here. piece of magnetic pipe that goes with the base. This is probably the unsung, underrated thing, best kept secret about this Scarlet Witch piece is that it comes with a sculpted Ultron body that is just gorgeous, right? And it's like you're getting a character in half for Scarlet and Ultron, which can't be beat for the price point. And this is just awesome. There are little bits and parts that go to Ultron. I've already removed them, and we're gonna box them up next. Ultron ears. And there's an Ultron hand that is inside of the base. Very well sculpted. Alright, we just have these little doohickeys left to rebox. And we gotta bubble wrap that ear because I can't find the plastic. Little doohickey came from Ultron's back. Can't find where it goes in the box, but I'm just gonna put it with one of these pieces. And we also have another piece of magnetic pipe. Finally, we have the base. This thing is ungodly heavy, so I can't hold it up for very long, but here we go. Alright, everything is finally back in place. That was quite a long unboxing. Actually, it's a very long unboxing now that I'm looking at the time code. This is gonna be a long edit. That extra head sculpt will be shipped separately, but we're gonna close everything up. Alright guys, Scarlet was just packed up. Once once I get the payment and everything and it's ready to ship, then we'll go in and fully seal it up and all that. But for now, we're good to go. This is going to be a really long edit. Anyway, I took extra time to bubble wrap things because I don't want any issues, so I really want this to go to unscathed to a new home. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reboxing, kind of like a guide, and while I'm selling stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope this helps. I hope you see something you like and you want to pick up. And regardless, I want to thank you for being a part of this channel and for helping me grow. So thank you guys so much. I'm Payne from Payne Collectibles.